Well, friends, a big court ruling was just handed down by a Georgia state court judge. He ruled that Donald Trump's RICO case will not be dismissed. And he ruled that District Attorney Fani Willis will not be removed from the case. Let's talk about that, because justice matters. Hey all, Glenn Kirshner here. So friends, Judge Scott McAfee, the judge who is presiding over Donald Trump's RICO prosecution down in Georgia, a case involving not only Donald Trump, but 18 of his co-conspirators, his co-defendants, his criminal associates who, together, tried to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in the state of Georgia. Scott McAfee just ruled that the case will not be dismissed, and Judge Scott McAfee also ruled that District Attorney Fani Willis is not disqualified from continuing to prosecute the case. Neither DA Willis nor her office, the Fulton County DA's office, will be removed from the case involving the RICO prosecution of Donald Trump and his criminal associates. Let's start with the new reporting. This from NBC News. Headline, Fulton County DA Fani Willis case can continue. And that article begins, a Georgia judge ruled Friday that Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis should not be disqualified from prosecuting the racketeering case against former President Donald Trump and several co-defendants, with one major condition. Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee found the appearance of impropriety brought about by Willis's romantic relationship with Special Prosecutor Nathan Wade should result in either Willis and her office leaving the case, or just Wade, whom she'd appointed to head the case. Within hours of the decision, Willis's office confirmed Wade had resigned and she had accepted his resignation. The choice was likely an easy one. If Willis were to remove herself, the case would come to a halt. But having Wade leave will ensure the case continues without further delay. Judge McAfee found there was no actual conflict brought about by the relationship, a finding that would have required Willis to be disqualified. Quote, without sufficient evidence that the district attorney acquired a personal stake in the prosecution or that her financial arrangements had any impact on the case, the defendant's claims of an actual conflict must be denied, the judge wrote. Now, friends, let's go through just a few choice passages from Judge McAfee's 23-page ruling. The case is captioned State of Georgia versus Donald John Trump, Rudolph Giuliani, Mark Meadows, Jeffrey Clark, Robert Cheeley, Michael Roman, David Schaefer, Harrison Floyd, and Kathleen Latham. So friends, those are the 9 defendants who chose to join this motion to dismiss the case, which has been denied. And those are the 9 defendants who chose to join the motion to try to remove DA Willis and her office from the case, disqualify DA Willis. Again, that motion was just denied. And Judge McAfee's order is captioned, Order on Defendants' Motions to Dismiss and Disqualify the Fulton County District Attorney. And right up front on page 2, here is what Judge McAfee says. The court finds that the defendants failed to meet their burden of proving that the district attorney acquired an actual conflict of interest in this case through her personal relationship and recurring travels with her lead prosecutor. The other alleged grounds for disqualification, including forensic misconduct, are also denied. Judge McAfee continued, The court finds that the evidence did not establish the district attorney's receipt of a material financial benefit as a result of her decision to hire and engage in a romantic relationship with Nathan Wade. More from Judge McAfee. Defendants have failed to demonstrate that the district attorney's conduct has impacted or influenced the case to the defendant's detriment. Wait, there's more. There has not been a showing that the defendant's due process rights have been violated or that the issues involved prejudiced the defendants in any way. More from Judge McAfee. Without sufficient evidence that the district attorney acquired a personal stake in the prosecution or that her financial arrangements had any impact on the case, the defendant's claims of an actual conflict must be denied. But friends, Judge McAfee then went on to say, well, there is an appearance problem here, and the judge decided that even the appearance of conflict or impropriety was enough to order that there should be some remedy. Here's what Judge McAfee said. The district attorney's prosecution is encumbered by an appearance of impropriety, so the judge went on to rule that either D.A. Willis could remove herself and her office from the case, or alternatively, Special Assistant District Attorney Nathan Wade can withdraw, allowing D.A. Fani Willis, the defendants, and the public to move forward without his, Wade's, presence or remuneration, distracting from and potentially compromising the merits of this case. And friends, shortly after Judge McAfee issued his ruling, Nathan Wade resigned from the case, and D.A. Willis accepted his letter of resignation. Now, Judge McAfee in this 23-page ruling certainly had a good bit of criticism for D.A. Willis, for Nathan Wade, for other witnesses who testified at the hearing on these motions. But you know what? I'm going to save my ire, my condemnation, for Donald Trump and his 18 co-conspirators, the ones who are actually on trial, the ones who committed crimes in violation of Georgia state law to try to override the expressed will of the Georgia state voters. That's where I'm going to focus my condemnation, my criticism, and my ire. Could Willis and Company have made better decisions? Of course they could have. But there has been a ruling now by a judge who presided over the evidentiary hearing, airing all of these issues. And the ruling is the indictment will not be dismissed. The prosecution of Trump and his criminal associates will continue, and District Attorney Fani Willis need not remove herself because she's not disqualified because she has no actual conflict. And that is what's most important for us to focus on as this case now moves to the next stage. Hopefully that stage involves selecting a trial date and getting this case back on track for a trial so Donald Trump and all of his co-defendants, co-conspirators, criminal associates can be held accountable for the crimes they committed against the voters of the state of Georgia, by extension, all of the voters in America. That's what we should focus on, and hopefully now this case will move in the direction of accountability, because justice matters. Friends, as always, please stay safe, please stay tuned, and I look forward to talking with you all again tomorrow.